If you want to know the true character of a man, you watch how they treat children. And we have a man with high character. His long-standing record marks an unswerving commitment to providing parental empowerment and educational choice for families. In 1997, he authored and advocated the Arizona Scholarship Tax Credit. This has been incredibly successful program has provided for over 142,000 scholarships for children in its 9-year history. Congressman Franks has received numerous honors since his arrival in Washington, including the Family Research Council's True Blue Award, given to those who have demonstrated extraordinary integrity and character in their defense of the family and sanctity of human life, and hold perfect voting records on issues of importance to the American family. The Guardian of Seniors Rights Awards from the 60 Plus Association, the Achievement Award from Seniors Coalition, and the Spirit of Enterprise Award from the United States Chamber of Commerce. He's also received numerous awards reflecting on his commitment to limited government and a smaller tax burden. Some of these include the Taxpayers Friend Award by the National Taxpayers Union for the fourth consecutive year, for consistently voting to promote economic freedom and reduce the burden of the American taxpayer, and the Defender of Economic Freedom Award from the Club for Growth, ranking among the top 5 most taxpayer-friendly members of Congress. The Tax Fighter Award, 100% rating from the National Tax Limitation Committee. The government, he has received an award from the Government Waste and named a Small Business Advocate by Americans for Tax Reform. Congressman Franks and his wife, Josephine, have 2 incredible children. They're just at their first birthday party in his home. Twins Joshie and Gracie, and they're members of the North Phoenix Baptist Church. So it's my privilege now to present and invite you to give an enthusiastic welcome to a true modern-day American hero, the Honorable Congressman Trent Franks. Let's welcome him.
Much. My best plan right now would be to walk back there, say goodnight, and thank you all for coming, because it's just not going to get any better than that. But I appreciate it. I appreciate you letting us use the church here. And I don't even know where to start tonight. I want to thank the people who are in charge of the security here, taking care of all of us. You guys are kind of the soldiers of the street, and I appreciate it. Speaking of soldiers, Pastor, there are a lot of veterans in this place that have put themselves in great danger and harm's way. And some of them that are not here tonight, so that you and I could be here and be able to celebrate and be able to just visit as Americans in freedom and peace. And I am grateful to every last veteran that is here. Grateful tonight that my family is here with me. They're kind of there in the back, with my little wife Josie and Gracie and Josh here there, and I don't even know if I talk too much about them I'll get emotional, but I'm so thankful to God that they're here. And I want you to know that I want more than anything else, as your member of Congress, to try to represent all of you like you remember my own family. I know sometimes we disagree on certain things, and sometimes things don't go all the way we want to at times, but families have those issues too. And I want you to know there's nothing more important to me than trying to represent you just like your family, trying to do the right thing for the country and future generations. You know, somebody said that a politician looks to the next election, and a statesman looks to the next generation. And that's so much what I want to do, is to look to the next generation, so that this group of people living in this time can be the kind of folks that people can look back 2 or 3 generations from now, like we look back at some of those that have fought to protect us, and say, you know, those guys did what they could while they could. And that's a deep commitment on my part. Now, I know that sometimes it's a little unusual to have a video, but I appreciate all of you sitting through that, and I want to talk about that in a minute. But next I'd like to, if I can, is to recognize some of the elected officials that are here. And I'm probably going to miss some of you, so somebody let me know if I'm missing you. But the State Senator Jack Harper here, a very good friend. That is right there. Jack's a great friend, a great man. Town Council of Buckeye, Dave Rio. Where is Dave? Vice Mayor of Goodyear, Georgia Lord. Georgia, and State Representative Steve Montenegro. Steve's a really close friend. Steve and I worked a long time together. He's a newlywed. We won't tease him about it, but he is. State Representative Jerry Wires. Former state senator and former U.S. congressional candidate Scott Bungor. State Representative Legislative District 4 Tom Boone. Tom, how are you, sir? State Representative Legislative District 9 Rick Murphy. And we got Representative Nelson here with us tonight here too. I might have seen him. Now, who have I missed? We got everybody? That's pretty impressive. That's great. Somebody in the staff is doing a good job, even if I can't. Again, I appreciate all of you being here, because let me just say to you, every once in a while you have one of those moments, I know we all have, as an American, where you just feel so thankful to God to be an American. And I want you to know tonight's one of those nights for me, because you're all here, we're together, and we should be very grateful for being in this place together. It's a little unusual to start off a town hall with a film about missile defense. And we're going to talk about anything you want to talk about tonight, but if I could just talk just a few moments about what this film, I was part of helping get it put together. And the idea, of course, is that we all understand that we live in the nuclear age now, and that we also live in a time where terrorism has intersected with that technology. And probably one of my greatest concerns about any external threats to America is the notion of some terrorist getting a hold of a nuclear weapon and changing our concept of freedom forever. Now, I don't want to be an alarmist tonight, because I believe that we're working very hard. That's part of what this is all about. But missile defense does two things that are very important. Number one, as General Trey Wolverine said, when all the negotiations are over and there's a missile in the air, it gives us a chance to knock it down and to continue to work together without exchanging a terrible nightmare that a nuclear exchange would be. And number two, it devalues nuclear programs in the hands of rogue states, and hopefully keeps them from being able to develop technology that they can pass along to terrorists. And that last part, I think, is most important, because a missile defense then becomes our first defense, in a sense, against nuclear proliferation. And so it's very, very important. And a lot of people will say to you that it's just a technology that's pie in the sky. It's like hitting bullets with a bullet. You've seen that on the video. But let me just tell you, if I could, they asked me backstage to tell you this quick story. All of you probably saw the part there where we hit a satellite tumbling out of orbit at 17,000 miles an hour, which most of the incoming ICBMs travel about 10,000 miles an hour. But I was down at the Missile Defense Agency in Washington, D.C., and we were doing a test. And we had all of the radars tied into it, and we fired a Scud missile off of an Aegis destroyer off the coast of Hawaii. And it went 218 kilometers into the air, and then we fired two interceptors out of what we call a THAAD, a Theater High Altitude Area Defense System, on one of the islands. And we fired them 16 seconds apart, and the goal is for them to actually hit the missile, not to explode, but just to hit it. And of course, you know, when these are going at ballistic speeds, it is an amazing accomplishment for something like that to occur. And the idea, of course, was if the first one hits it, the second one flies on by, right? And it self-destructs. If the first one misses, the second one, you have a second shot at knocking the offending